I'm asking you to give a damn about implants. I talked about it earlier today. This is the quick version. My brother, Stephen, and I have been to DC several times to talk about failed implant devices, and now we've started a Failed Implant Device Alliance, which means that we have partnered with other people who have other kinds of failed implants. Usually you'll get an implant because you need to reduce pain or to increase the function. My brother went to the Mayo Clinic, and Tournier is the company. It's a Minnesota / Amsterdam / French company. One thing they don't want to talk about is patient harm. We're in the room, we're talking about it, but you will be surprised how easy it is to be ignored, even in DC. What happens when your implant fails? The little guy in that little runner, that's exactly what we are. We're exhausted. We've been running from place to place to place to place, following protocol, trying to get attention. The fact is, and the Institute of Medicine confirmed, these devices are not tested. We believe that the FDA, we as the public, believe that the FDA is there checking out that these are safe and effective devices. It's so not true. So please be cautious. This chart shows exactly what I'm talking about. Of all the devices that are released to the market each year, that's the charcoal color. Look at the yellow color. Those are the ones that are tested. Those have some pre-market clinical testing. So device medical safety is becoming a growing concern, and the adverse events are increasing in the last 3 years alone. This is a current, right now problem. I've had more people say to me, oh, this can't possibly be the case. Trust me, this is the case. So 30,000 serious events related to medical devices just in 2010. So that includes 5,300 deaths. So we're living the patient harm part of it, not the fatality part of it. Even though the adverse events are on the rise, new medical device applications are declining. So you'd think that the FDA would have a bit more time to check on some of these devices. It doesn't seem to be the case. When the Institute of Medicine came out with the information that they needed to be testing these devices, they denied the problem. Lana Keaton is there. She's in DC. She's talking about surgical mesh. Any women that have any kind of prolapsed uterus, be careful. These doctors are putting in mesh, and they're earning money in multiple surgeries, removing the mesh. It's like having a cheese grater in your body. This little girl, Avery DeGrow in the blue, she's had 2 ICDs, cardiac units. The doctor decided not to tell her mother that the second one had also been declined or recalled because he didn't want to concern the mom. She's furious. This was written in the New York Times. This man is Howard Sadwin. He was a very active man, loves to be with his family. A metal-on-metal hip put him in a wheelchair. 500,000 United States citizens have these metal-on-metal hips that failed. We are not tracking these devices, and this is why it's happening over and over again. The marketing sales department works just great. The research department, not so much. I'm looking for justice for people. We need equal justice. We need to go into state courts when this happens to us. We need to have voting rights on the panels at the FDA. If a patient representative gets there, they don't get to vote. We only get the name of stakeholder. We don't get to vote. But it's our skin in the game. We need UDIs, unique device identifiers, and this is something they had a 4-day meeting on last week at FDA, and they said they were the ones that prompted the meeting. Oh, that's so not so. It's patient harm. If we stood at the FDA, we would go around the building several times. We want some kind of guarantee. If they put it in our bodies, we want some kind of guarantee that this is going to work. This is the #1 expenditure of Medicare right now. This is what we're spending our money on. Orthopedic surgeons earning $400,000 a year, 95% of them male, are insisting that we market these things to our elders and now to our boomers. In the State of the Union address, yes, it was mentioned, faulty medical devices and the need for more regulation. So please recognize this as an issue, and I'm sorry that, there we go. So lots of positive things happening. Connecting with this group is positive. There are things happening in DC right now. ProPublica, thank you, thank you, thank you for being on this, the movies, the documentaries. And please, anybody who's a provider, make sure every time you go to a medical conference, bring one of us with you. And don't bring your poster girl. Bring a harmed patient, somebody who can talk to it, or an advocate. Failed Implant Device Alliance, I designed this specifically so FDA would know I am coming after them to do their job. They can't do their job, though, unless our Congress puts in their mission and makes it possible for them to do their job. They need to have enough money to function. So please contact me. If you hear anything about medical devices, please send it my way. And thank you very much. And please come and take my media.